clutch, denoting or occurring in a critical situation in which the outcome of a game or competition is at stake. The NBA playoffs allow the men to separate themselves from the boys. With the national spotlight thrust upon each and every player, emphasizing and glistering sweat and making shaky nerves all the more apparent, only the best are able to maintain their levels of performance with the game on the line. One missed shot down the stretch can be the difference between finishing and advancing to the next round. And we're most interested in the players who aren't fazed in the slightest. Unfortunately, our minds often lie to us when we're figuring out which players perform at the highest level in the clutch. We're swayed by the volume rather than effectiveness, which tends to create a warped and inaccurate perceptions. Plus, the ability to remember a long game winner at the expense of a dozen missed attempts is dangerous. If you want to argue that James fails in big moments, go right ahead. If you want to claim that his shrinking in the 2011 NBA Finals should be a permanent stain on his career and prevent him from ever being clutch, that's your propaganda. Just be aware that you're spitting in the face of facts and letting your personal desires trump logic. After all, LeBron has made plenty of game-winning shots in big games. Most people get confused between being clutch and playing hero ball. This is where a lot of people like to criticize LeBron. While scoring a buzzer beater over two defenders in the dying seconds of a game can boost your legacy, it's not synonymous with being clutch. A clutch pass or a clutch block is just as important as a clutch game-winning shot. LeBron is the kind of player whose first attempt is to make the right play. If it means passing the ball to an open teammate, he does it. Players like Kobe and Jordan are the kinds of players with the shoot-first mentality. Just because Kobe and Jordan choose to take the final shot in the clutch moments and LeBron looks to make the right play does not change the fact that LeBron is clutch. Looking for the best shot to seal the game is no crime, and this argument is heavily biased against LeBron James. For those of you who still believe that taking the final shot is the entirety of clutchness, LeBron made sure that he can do what Jordan could in his last season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. In 2018, LeBron put the "is he clutch" debate to sleep with the heroic playoff performance.
For the win! LeBron James delivers!
To be James. Here it is. See, it's under 3 seconds to go. Throws up the floater. Off glass! Good night, Cleveland! That is for you!
People choose Jordan over LeBron in the GOAT debate simply because they think LeBron isn't clutch. Here's a little fun fact for you. LeBron has hit more clutch shots in the playoffs than Jordan. Statistically speaking, LeBron has a better chance of scoring the game-winning shot than Jordan, who is considered to be the most clutch player of all time. In 2018, LeBron led the NBA in points scored in the final 5 minutes of the game, where the point differential was 5 points or less. And yet, people will find a way to question LeBron's legacy by saying, is he afraid of the big moment?
I'm going to say it again. LeBron James, as great as he is, as gifted as he is, was not born with a clutch gene. I am sorry to say it, but it proved me right once again.
Here's a video of LeBron James being in the textbook definition of clutch.
It's a testament to LeBron James and the power of the playoff game winner that even though we've seen him do this time and time again, it doesn't get old. And look, we still take plenty of other stuff about LeBron for granted, like his Teflon health or his maturity off the court. But there is something about a ball going through a hoop with the clock counting down, and not just a single game, but so much more on the line, that is flat out exhilarating. And while there are some in the media who've made a name for themselves trying to claim otherwise, the fact is LeBron has been doing this for a long time. Allow me to take you back all the way to 2006, Game 3 versus the Wizards. Cavs were down by 1 here, and LeBron does this. But oh no, LeBron not done torturing Washington in that series. In Game 5, the Cavs were down by 1 again. And again, well, listen.
Foul James. LeBron to the hoop for the win. He's got it. It's over. The Cavaliers have won it. You can book this one to the Cavaliers.
2007. Well, you remember this game, right? When the Cavs were trying to get past the immovable object that was the Detroit Pistons. LeBron scored 29 of Cleveland's final 30 points, capped off by, of course, the game winner in overtime. I remember standing about 30 feet from him when he hit that shot, and what was amazing was that he barely reacted to it. He was almost transfixed by the zone he was in, but trust me, everyone else was yelling plenty. Fast forward to 2009, the conference finals against the Magic. The Cavs were down by 2 in this one, with only 1 second left on the clock, and it felt pretty certain that the Cavaliers would board the plane to Orlando in an 0-2 hole in the series. And yet, LeBron James.
Lewis gets it to LeBron for 3 for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer as the Cavaliers have pulled it out to tie the series, and what a miraculous shot!
And he would keep doing it. Here he is in 2013, again in the Eastern Conference Finals, again when his team was down on the scoreboard, this time in overtime, and here he comes.
Battier gets it in. Here's James on the drive for the win.
More recently, we have the great Chicago Bulls incident of 2015. I know Scottie Pippen here knows what I'm talking about, because that is the game when then-coach David Blatt tried to take a timeout he didn't have. And then, with the game on the line in the final seconds, Blatt tried to draw up a play in the huddle for someone else. LeBron would later announce in the press conference, quote, "I scratched it," and apparently for good reason, because this is what he did instead.
1.5 remaining. James for the win. It's gone. LeBron.
It moved LeBron past Michael Jordan for postseason go-ahead shots in a game's final 5 seconds. LeBron has now shot more of those and at a higher shooting percentage than MJ. It's almost like he's, well, clutch or something. No wonder it doesn't get old.
LeBron has a slightly better percentage when it comes to clutch shots, landing 47% of his attempted game-winning shots, Jordan with 45%. LeBron has 18 game winners and buzzer beaters over his career. But the thing is, he's still playing, and will more likely add to that total. LeBron in the clutch, 5 seconds or less, 7 for 15 for 47%, 10 seconds or less, 12 of 23 for 52%. Find me someone else that can top that. You want a real true definition of a clutch player? The most scrutinized player anyone has ever seen in sports history, where every shot, every pass, every decision, every step is put under a microscope. While many people think clutch is the last shot in the final seconds of a game, LeBron James opens up a whole other can of worms when it comes to clutch play. It's not always about the game-winning shots, the game-winning passes, in the final seconds with LeBron James. There's also clutch moments. You see, LeBron James has always been clutch. Where did this false narrative come from? I have no idea. In his first playoff performances, LeBron had 2 game-winning go-ahead shots. In his second career postseason, LeBron had the famous 48. If they want to keep it simple, not Michael Jordan, not Larry Bird, not Kobe Bryant, LeBron James has the most playoff buzzer beaters in NBA history.
Witness.